I've just previously recorded a video on how I cover my blemishes and my under eye circles, so now I'm going to film a separate tutorial on how I do my fake freckles, because on the blog this has been like our most popular, shared, looked at, any post ever. So I figured you guys would want a tutorial on how I physically put them on my face. It's not very helpful when I just upload a picture with my pen pointing to my face. So I'm going to show you guys how I actually do it. I'm going to show you guys the products I use and all of that goodness. So where's the lid for this? I don't want it to dry out while I'm talking to you guys. So the two products I use, and the two options you have to use, are these two products. I first started out, I've been doing fake freckles for a really long time. And I'm not going to be like those people that are like, I started the trend, because I did not, obviously. But I've been doing them and trying to perfect it for a really long time, ever since like freshman year of my high school. You can literally ask my friends. I used to get brown paint and I'd dip a toothbrush in it and I'd flick my toothbrush and make freckles on my face, and I'd wear them to school like that. But I wasn't consistent in it, and I felt kind of weird doing it because nobody did it. So I felt kind of weird, like some days I'd have freckles and some days I wouldn't, on days that I was running late, and people would be like, where'd your freckles go? And I'm just like, they're fake. But now I really don't care because everyone's doing it. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it. Two products I have, they both do the exact same thing. They work great. One high-end, one drugstore. So I have the Anastasia Brow Pen in this Universal Light shade, I want to say. Yeah, Universal Light. So just the Anastasia one, and then I have the NYX Brow Pen in Medium, the lightest shade. So both work great. This one's a little bit older, so the tip, you're not going to be able to see it, is a little bit more dull. So this one makes bigger freckles. And this one I just bought the other day, and it's brand new. I've used it, but the tip's a lot smaller, so it's gonna make smaller freckles. So I'm gonna use both for you guys today and start out with the Anastasia one. So let me zoom in. Okay, so going in with my Anastasia. I used to, in my tutorial that I posted on the blog, I did my freckles a lot neater. I've kind of learned a different technique ever since I've done the tutorial on there too. I make them a little bit messier just so they look more natural. So I'm going to start just by taking it in upside down like this, and just going to dot a lot on the bridge of my nose. And while they're still wet, I just take my finger and run over them like that, because it almost creates more freckles when I do that, since the pen material, product, there we go, the product is still wet. It disperses, kind of like if you have a stamp on the back of your hand and it's still wet and you can put it on your other hand. Same concept. So I'm just gonna do that all over my nose. All over the bridge. I avoid the tip. That's what's different than in my tutorial on the blog. I found that, sorry, I'm on a bed right now, so I found that it looks more natural when I do the freckles kind of right along here rather than more in this area, which is how I did on the blog, just because that's where that's where I naturally get them. So I don't know why I did it the other way, but put them on the bridge of my nose, and I take them all the way to over here, and I'm just lightly tapping, creating different sizes and textures and shapes and all sorts of stuff, and then I just take my finger and run over them, and I put a few above, right under my eye, just to make it look a little bit more natural. And I'm just gonna go do the same thing on the other side. Even if I'm not wearing makeup, I still do my fake freckles just because I really like the way they look, and they kind of have a way of, this is why I like freckles so much, is like you can't really see your pimples as much when you have freckles because they kind of look like freckles. That's why I'm so jealous of people who have so many freckles all over their face. They always seem to have the prettiest skin. So I'm just gonna keep doing that until I'm happy with the way it looks. That's looking pretty good. Sometimes I'll add a few right here on my forehead just to make it look a little natural. So, I'm done with the Anastasia one. I'll show you what it looks like. Maybe. Okay. Just freckles, but you can see they're really big and blotchy. So that's where the NYX one comes in handy. It's got a smaller tip, so it's going to make smaller dots, and I'm just going to go in and fill in the blank spaces with this one. And then the last thing I do, I just take any brush you want and some bronzer. I'm not sure if you even heard that, it was probably really muffled. Just some bronzer. I just use the Hoola one and a brush and run over the bridge of my nose and anywhere I put the freckles. Just to kind of blend them all together and give myself a little bit of a sun-kissed look right along there. So, ta-da! This is how I do my fake freckles. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Have fun tonight. Everybody have fun. Okay, just kidding.